हम घर में जानवर भी पालते हैं, उनकी मृत्यु होती है तब भी दुख होता है ना, हमारा अटैचमेंट होता है ना। हमारा अटैचमेंट होता है, हमारा मोह माया का अटैचमेंट होता है। अगर हमारा पूरा का पूरा धन या आधा धन गायब हो गया तो भी दुख होता है ना, कि हमने लूज़ कर दिया। क्योंकि हमारा उसमें भी अटैचमेंट था ना। इफ़ वी लूज आवर वेल्थ वी ग्रीव अबाउट इट, so does when our own goes we grieve also. Sunil Bhai is leaving a legend and legacy behind, and only thing we can do is cherish all the good times and good memories that we have. The attachments that we had will always be there, and we'll miss him, and his doings and love and affection will be with us always. And especially children will miss their father. These are the times when children are growing up, they need more guidance and affection from parents, and one part of that will be missing. And this is where the family members come in to support and guide the family. That is what it is. A lot of us, we come to the funeral, grieve about the person, go out of this hall and forget about it. Do remember that you have also attachment, and support the family needs in future, ahead. Those are the things that will be remembered always. That in my hard times, somebody was there to stand with me and support me through. कि हमारे दुख के समय, कठिनाई के समय हमारे परिवार, यार, दोस्त हमारे साथ खड़े थे, तब हमारा जीवन आगे बढ़ा, और उनकी सपोर्ट के बिना आगे नहीं बढ़ता। ये जीवन की सच्चाई है। मंत्रों में कहा गया है, ओम सूर्य चक्षुर गच्छतु वात आत्मा ध्वम च गच्छ पृथ्वीं च धर्मना आपो वा गच्छति तत्र ते हितम औषधि प्रतिष्ठा शरीरे स्वाहा। ऋग्वेद। हे जीव, तेरे शरीर के सभी तत्व सृष्टि के महातत्वों में विलीन हो, तेरे आँखें का तेज तत्व अग्नि में मिल जावे, तेरे प्राण वायु तत्वों में मिले, तेरा आकाश तत्व अंतरिक्ष में व्यापक हो, तेरा स्थूल तत्व पृथ्वी में एकाकर बने, तेरा रस तत्व जल में एक रस बने, तेरा चेतन आत्म तत्व दूसरे लोक में अपने योग्य शरीर को प्राप्त करे। ना हम सुनते हैं 5 तत्वों का हमारा देह है, अग्नि वायु जल पृथ्वी आकाश, 5 co-elements. We are made from that 5 co-elements, and that 5 co-elements is also in the entire universal system. We are part of the universe, and we go back to that system again, like everything else. Those are the 5 co-elements. If you break it down, there will be another 121 sub-elements. इसीलिए शास्त्रों में कहा गया, जब अंतिम संस्कार होती है, अंतिम संस्कार में 121 मंत्र हैं। चिता पर अग्नि संस्कार करने के लिए, दाह संस्कार के करने के लिए, अग्नि संस्कार करने के लिए 121 मंत्र हैं, और 4 बार देना होता है, या 4 लोग उसको करें। 121 484 आहुति अंतिम संस्कार में देनी होती है, लेकिन 484 आहुति मुश्किल से हम लोग 50 आहुति दे पाते हैं यहाँ के माहौल के हिसाब से। 484 आहुति नहीं दे पाते। 4 वरन 84 लाख योनि के प्रति ये आहुतियाँ होती हैं। बहुत लोग, इसीलिए हम आर्य समाज में बहुत सारे सामग्री अंतिम संस्कार में यूज़ करते हैं कि जो देह का अंतिम विदाई है वो साथ साथ मंत्रों के साथ साथ जाए, और घर पर बचे हुए आहुतियों की प्रति आहुति दी जाती है। मंत्र उच्चारण किए जाते हैं कि वो आत्मा को शांति मिले। ओम समग्ने पश्चात तपः संपुरस्ता उत्तरा चर्धातारम तपहनम एक स्त्रेदा विहितु जात वेदा सम्यगेनम देहि सुकृताम लोके स्वाहा। अथर्ववेद कहता है कि हे तेज स्वरूप परमात्मन, इस मृत देह की आत्मा को पश्चिम दिशा की गति में शांति प्राप्त हो, पूर्व दिशा की तरफ के प्रयाण में इसे शांति मिले, उत्तर दिशा में भी इसकी आत्मा शांति पावे, इसी तरह इसके लिए दक्षिण दिशा तथा ऊपर और नीचे की गति में शांतिदायक हो। हे प्रभु, आप ही जन्म पालन और मृत्यु के स्वामी है परमात्मन, इस जीव आत्मा को पुण्य आत्माओं के लोक में सतगति दीजिए। यहाँ पर कहा जाता है जो आत्मा निकलता है, निकलने के बाद वो कहाँ कहाँ जाता है, भ्रमण करता है, कोई नहीं जानता। हम सब अनुमान लगा सकते हैं, लेकिन आत्मा निकल गया तो उसको कहीं पर जाना है, चाहे ईस्ट वेस्ट नॉर्थ साउथ ऊपर या नीचे कहीं पर जाना है। वो आत्मा जाएगा जिस दिशा में उसकी जाना होता है, जहाँ पर जाना होता है, किस योनि में जाना होता है, किस जगह पर जाना होता है, उसी तरफ का प्रयाण करता है। और भगवद गीता में भी कहा गया कि जब आत्मा निकलता है उसकी निश्चय हो जाता है कि कहाँ पर जाना है। हम नहीं जानते, हम अनुमान कर सकते हैं। तो आत्मा चलता रहता है। यही प्रार्थना हम कर सकते हैं कि जहाँ पर भी जाए आत्मा, उसे शांति और सद्गति मिले और अच्छी सी अच्छी गति मिले। आगे चलने से पहले हम आग्रह करते हैं जो परिवार के लोग हैं बारी बारी से आए, जो कुछ इस आत्मा दिवंगत परिवार के प्रति कहना है और आकर के कहें।
Hello everyone, Ram Ram, Kem Cho. My name is Sanju and I am one of the nephew of Sunil Bhai. My Kaka Sunil Bhai was a great man. He was the youngest son of late Mr. and Mrs. Nanu Bhai. He was 54 years old. He peacefully passed away on July 24th, Sunday, at around 11 p.m. Kaka was the youngest among his siblings. He has 3 brothers and 4 sisters. 2 of his brothers are here today with us. Ashok Kaka and Vinod Kaka. The eldest brother, my dad, is missing today, who left us 26 years ago. His 3 sisters are here as well, Ranju Foy, Kailash Foy, and Dhamista Foy. Unfortunately, the older Fua, Saraj Foy, couldn't make it, but sends her love from Fiji. Kaka was a hero of Suva City, where he met my kaki and fell in love with her. They got married in Fiji in January 2000. They had 2 living children, beautiful children, Shivani and Krish. Kaka used to work at Central Pharmacy in Fiji for a very long time until he left Fiji. When he moved to US, he worked hard and continued his pharmacy career, and he also worked at Wells Fargo for almost 20 years. Kaka was a big fan of soccer, and he always loved his Indian shows on the TV. If you ever go to his house, he always had a PVR and would be watching his shows, and he would know which shows it was. Kaka, you'll be deeply missed by all of us. We know that your presence will always be with us. Thank you for such incredible role model and for loving us unconditionally. And rest in peace, Kaka.
आदमी मुसाफिर है, आता है जाता है, आते जाते रास्ते में यादें छोड़ जाता है, यादें छोड़ जाता है। जो लोग अपना श्रद्धांजलि दर्शन करना चाहते हैं, बारी बारी से शांतिपूर्वक आकर के दर्शन करते रहिए। शायद कुछ लोगों को काम पर भी वापस जाना है, तो आकर के शांतिपूर्वक फूल चावल रखा हुआ है, आप अर्पित करते हुए, प्रार्थना करते हुए अगर आप जाना चाहते हैं तो निकल सकते हैं, और यहाँ का कार्यवाही शांतिपूर्वक चलते रहेगा। हाँ, हम दूसरे व्यक्ति को बुलाते हैं।
Hello, can you hear me? My name's Kamal Singh, and Sunil is my brother-in-law. Of course, Sunil is the youngest brother-in-law, and I'm supposed to be the eldest. Today is not a good day. We can talk a lot and do a lot of speeches, but today is one day I think we're always going to struggle. So on behalf of Julie, Shivani, Krish, the rest of the family, I wanted to begin by thanking you all for making time and coming and sharing this ceremony to bid goodbye to our friend. I also wanted to thank a lot of people have sent their blessings and condolences virtually who couldn't make it today. Just wanted to say thank you to them. In times like this, in difficult times like this, it's very comforting to have that kind of support from family, friends, and I'm sure Julie will appreciate that. As Sunil looks from above today, I'm sure he can see from the presence of the people the impact he has made on many of us lives, right? And so on. I'm sure there's a lot of people who has had impact with, but was not able to make it today. So just wanted to say thank you first. We've gathered here to pay respect to Sunil, who truly was a man of greatness. From my dealings with Sunil, from the time I met him when he wasn't even married, I have a lot of stories to tell, but today is not one of the days I'll share those stories. But he was truly a man of greatness and integrity. Greatness because he is the first person I met, and I've met many people in my lives, traveling. He was one person who has always wanted good for everyone in the world, except for himself, actually. He's always there to help people, so you just don't need to say much, and he'll be there to help you. And that's the person Sunil was, and is, and will be. So truly a man of greatness for me. Right? Secondly, Julie will attest to that. I have seen that. He is one of the most caring, supportive husbands he can ever be. I know Sunil, I'll never be that kind of husband. He's also one of a kind, loving father, which I have seen, who's been a great mentor to Krish and Shivani. He's always been there guiding them, but more importantly, and again, maybe that's what I couldn't be right now, he's always been a friend to these kids, and to my kids and the rest of the kids in Bani. There's all these kids who are there who will always miss that guidance that he used to provide and the friendship that he would provide to kids. He was also, and I see some of the folks I'm sure who have worked with him. As you know, Sunil, he's a very hardworking, very committed person who tries to do the best he can do in a day, right? And he's always there to improve the lives of other people rather than his own self. And I'm sure he has made an impact to a lot of folks' lives at work and outside work, which I'm sure is appreciated by a lot of folks. Sunil, and I live overseas. I've lived abroad for many years, haven't had the time that Avikash and the rest of the family have had. But Sunil is a very optimistic person. Optimistic because he always looks the positive side of things, and I've had challenges in lives, and there's, I manage a big business, have a lot of people working for me, but you know what, when I need help and I need, in times of uncertainty, I actually used to call Sunil to ask him for guidance, and he'll give me assurance. And that's the person he was, how to look at the world in a different way, in a different lens. And I'm sure he's done that to all the kids and the families. He's guided them all through that, with wisdom. Sunil also, and I'm sure I can see some of the friends are here as well, right? He was a very true and loyal friend. For him, friendship meant a lot more than just, being there. So he would actually go out of his way and nurture the relationships, whether you live in US or Fiji or abroad. And that's the person he was, and that's why you see a lot of people have still got a lot of relationships with him. He was very generous and giving, and actually gave his soul, and for him, friendship meant more than anything else. One of his finest qualities in Sunil was patience. Patience is not something that we have, it's a virtue. But inherent ability to listen, and that's what I used to enjoy, and I'm going to miss that conversations with him. He used to listen, he absorbs, he'll offer a point of view in a quiet, but with wisdom. And that was Sunil that we knew. In terms of lighter moments, Sunil loved to laugh. He used to love to make us laugh, make others laugh. And of course, there's always this genuine thing about having jokes. And he really valued the quality of jokes And that was how it created happiness around people. So I truly miss that. I mean, I'm sure I can go on, and I was hoping the kids would also share some of that experiences and characteristics of Sunil, but there's so many words I can go through that define Sunil today. He's a man of integrity, very honest, very hardworking, very loyal, very kind, very giving, always trying to think of the best of other people, and that's what Sunil was. So I wanted to just close by a couple of things. I guess first thing I wanted to say, it shouldn't be a surprise to all of us, Panditji, that Sunil left us so early in this journey. Not because he was dealing with cancer or something like that. That's because he's such a nice person. He had tremendous relationship with God. He had a superior faith in God. And I think God needed him more than we needed him here in this place. And that is the calling that is taking Sunil away from us so early. I wish we can be like Sunil, and all we can say today is that we will remember him. We want to think about the good things he did and how we can be more like Sunil. A couple of lighter moments I was hoping Avikash was going to come in and stand at least next to me while I said this, but he's sort of chosen to stay behind. So, as you know, there's 3 sisters in the Nath family, and there are 3 brother-in-laws we have. And Sunil was the youngest. I'm the eldest, and Avikash is in the middle. And so Sunil and I formed this WhatsApp chat group. We called it the 3 Musketeers. And today, when I actually heard about this on Monday, the first thing I thought was I will not get a response back in my chat group. But anyway, Sunil was the glue. The reason I say this is because in the middle, Sunil was the glue that kept the families together and kept the friends together and kept all of us together. And that's what we're gonna miss in Sunil. The second thing is, I think you said earlier about his Hindi movies. I'm not a fan of Salman Khan. I wasn't a fan of Salman Khan until I met Sunil. But then when I met Sunil, he started convincing me about how good Salman Khan was versus, so some of you know the Bollywood Shah Rukh Khan. And over the years he converted me, and I started, every time I used to come to US to visit him, it's only me and him. 2 of us will go and watch Salman Khan's movies. So if you ask me all the movies I've watched of Salman Khan, most of them have been with Sunil, and I'm actually honored to be part of that. So in closing, I wanted to say Sunil will be greatly and sadly missed by all of us. But his memory will go on in all of us forever. And for Julie and the family, I'm truly sorry for the loss of Sunil. May God guide you all, as this ride that we call life has to go on, and we're going to have to continue with the ups and downs and the good and the bad. But I can assure you the family will be there to support you throughout the journey and more. So just wanted to say thank you again for coming and sharing and mourning in this moment of grief. I wish you all God bless. Thank you. Is there anyone else who wants to come in? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Raynal, and I'm Sunil's nephew. Now, from what I've heard, Soon Uncle was an incredible soccer player. I never got to play with him, but if anyone did, please let me know. Did anyone play soccer with him? I wish I was there. But I'm sure he's playing in a better place now where the air is clean and the grass is greener. But on top of being inherently gifted, excuse me, sorry. Soon Uncle was the most principled and ethically and morally sound person I knew. I'm sorry. Thank you. He was very kind, very gentle, and he was so considerate. He had a considerable impact on my childhood and the way I uphold myself and my moral principles. I try to model myself after him. He was devout, he was accepting of others, and he was appreciative of everything around him. I'm sure many of you understood how hard he worked and how much he sacrificed to build a life for his family. His discipline was insurmountable, and his love and generosity for others and everything around him was contagious. I hope we can all strive to be a bit more like him. Giulianti, you're an absolute warrior. You're definitely the toughest out of the three Nath sisters. Oh, your strength gives us all hope, and it comforts us. Shivani and Krish, you've both got your parents' incredible traits, and you'll both do incredible things as we grow older. If you all ever need help, the folks around you, everyone here, they'll be by your side, so don't shy away from asking for help, right? So, Uncle, you'll be missed dearly. We will cherish you, your memories, and the lessons you taught us over the years. May your travels up in the heavens be blessed, serene, and peaceful. We love you, so, Uncle.
When I first heard Son Uncle got cancer, I was thinking of making him a card to show him how much he meant to me and how much I loved him. I never got to write it, and I never got to give it to him. But I'm sure he's watching over us now, so I'll say it now. I know I don't say this much, but I loved you. You're the best uncle I ever had. You're the kind of man that I wanted to be. You inspire all of us. We'll miss you.
Hello. I don't have a speech written down, so I'm gonna wing it. If I stop talking, it's because I'm crying. I'm not here often. Like, I live abroad. Reynolds my brother. But whenever I visited, Sunoco will always make me feel at home. So I know I always had a home at Giulianti's house and Genti's house. And I sit down, he'd watch his stupid Indian shows, not gonna lie. And then he'd always have like 4 to 5 tissues just next to him. And I'm like, in my head, I never said it, but I wondered, why can't he just bring the whole roll? If you need more, just take more. But I realize everything he does, he has a purpose in life. And I look at his 2 main purposes, Kishu and Shivani. And I know that he did a good job while he could. I know that he's not here right now, but when you graduate high school, when you graduate college, when you get married, have your kids, he's with you every second of every day. With his teachings, his guidance, his love. just know that he's always with you and that we're here for you whenever you need. And that can be said to you too, Julanti. I know it's going to be hard. You just take it day by day. But know that we're all here for you, to help you and to get you through this tough time. The idea of Sununcle, everything he did, will live on. And like they said, like he's the man I wanted to be. I see how dedicated he is, how committed he is with work, being a dedicated husband, dedicated father, dedicated uncle. And I know he left us too soon, and I miss him. We all love him, and we should all learn from him. Thank you.
Uncle was one of my favorite uncles. He was always looking out for us, and has always been there for us, for me, ever since we came here. He was like a second father. He treated me like a second daughter. We would always come to him for great advice and any sort of like words of wisdom. He would always be there and give it to us. He was always a protector, someone that would always just stand behind us and make sure that we were safe and all right whenever we were somewhere. He always had our best interests at heart, and now I know that he'll do that from up above. He'll always be watching out for us, like our guardian angel. I miss him so much. I love him. Sorry.
Okay. My name is Shimran. This is my sister Avani. जब हम सोचा था हम कौन सी मंत्र आज के बोले, हम सोचा एक चीज़ रात जो हमें थोड़े से शांति लगाई, सर मंत्र वाला चीज़ बोले, मे बी शायद एक और जाने के थोड़े से शांति भी लगाए. तो जब हम उनके फ़ोन का मिलीस रहा कि सर को पास हो गए, हम वानी हाली से कपड़ा पहना, जाए मम्मी पापा के जगाया, बोला चलो हम लोग के अस्पताल जाके, और हम वानी नीचे गया, बाहर गए वेट करेंगे, और हम लोग दोनों ऊपर स्काई देखता रहा, चांद खोजता रहा. कभी कभी जब चांद के लाइट देखो अच्छा लगे, जब चांद से बात करो अच्छा लगे, तब हम लोग दोनों खोजता रहा. बड़ूला रात कोई चांद नहीं रहा, एकदम अंधियार रहा. और सच बताए पहले गुस्सा लगा उसके बारे में, बिकॉज जिस तरह लाइक एक और चीज़ नहीं राइट फेस, और गुस्सा लगा. बट तब हम एक दूसरा चीज़ सोचा, एक दूसरा स्टोरी सोचा कि एक अंधियार रात राम जी के स्टोरी में भी रहा, और राम जी भी गए रहा एक लंबा जर्नी पे, एक कड़ा जर्नी पे, उसके दोस्त और उसके परिवार के संगे. और उसने उनको भी एक जर्नी पे गए रहा. उसने उनको एकदम ब्रेव रहा, एकदम स्ट्रॉन्ग रहा, और वो बहुत फाइट करी उसके परिवार, उसके दोस्त के उस दिन. और तब एक अंधियार रात राम जी करे गई और एक अंधियार रात सुनो अंकल भी करे गई और एक चीज ढूंढ हमें थोड़ा सा शांति लगा है कि अब सुनो अंकल घरे है. Hi, I'm Avani. Some of you might not know who I am, or might know me as the kids and Uncle used to babysit. Okay. Now you might be thinking, why is some child he used to babysit speaking in front of us today? Well, that's because Uncle was never a babysitter to me. He never saw me as a child he babysat. He saw me as his third child, and I saw him as his second father. So Uncle and Giulietti have been taking care of me since I was 3 months old. As long as I could remember, they were there. My mom would drop me off at their house at 6 in the morning every day. And I would walk inside, and Sononko would be sitting at the table with 2 plates and 2 cups of cha. One for me and one for him. And he would make sure I ate every day with him before he went to work. He even would make me cha some days. He drove me to school every day. He always made sure I was comfortable. He never made me feel like I wasn't part of the family, even though technically I wasn't. He would actually correct people when they would call me the kid he babysat, because he never saw me as that. He called me his other daughter. I spent most of my life in his house with his family. I actually spent more time with them than my own family. I went on vacations with them. I met their extended family. I called their family my family. And I see them as my family. I love them as my family. These family aren't people you're blood related to. They're people you trust, that you love, that love you, that care for you, that are always there for you through the best moments and the worst. And they were all of the above. The bond I have to their family is almost unexplainable because you can't explain unconditional love. Sononko took in and raised a 3-month-old child just because he was simply a saint of a man. He always did the right thing. He helped everyone before himself, and I know he still is. He always had a place in the stars. And now when I look up at the sky, I'm at peace knowing he's at peace. As a star in the sky looking down at us, helping us every step of the way. Because that's what he's done every day of his life. Help others live theirs. He's been there for me every minute of my life since the day I was born and made me the person I am today. For that, I could never express how thankful I am and how much I love you, Uncle. I can't wait till I see you again.
Hello, everyone. Sunu Mama, I didn't think I was going to be able to say a speech today, but here I am. Mama, the word Mama means so much to me. Mama, he was so held deep close to us. Always, every memory, every trip. He was literally Shivani Kishu's, me, my mommy's travel buddy. every trip we take, Mama was with us. Mama would care. Mama cares for everything. His name always held deeply in my heart. A memory that I have of Mama is how happy he looked in every situation, anything good, bad, and anything he has come forward. Mama is caring. We love him very much.
Hi, my name is Krish. I'm Papa's son. So every morning, Papa would wake up around 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock to go to work. He would shower, brush, shower, and straight to go shave. And then after that, he would come into our rooms and make sure we had blankets on and everything. He would come downstairs all dressed. He would be dressed. He would sometimes wake up Mom to put on his tie and to gel his hair because he couldn't do it himself until he learned to, because he didn't want to wake Mommy up. So after that, he would go downstairs, drink some cha, and have like Rona said, 6 tissue papers right next to him. I still don't get what the reason was, but probably because he was too lazy to get up to get more. And then he would go to work, and we would go to school, and around like 8 or 9, he would come back from work. He would come in with a smile on his face saying, "Hi, honey. Hi, kids." And then he would pray to JJ, and then he would say hi to us, and he would go upstairs, shower and everything. And then he would eat, watch TV. He would sit down, watch TV. And then after like 30 minutes of watching TV, he would fall asleep and snore. He would snore so loudly. And so whenever we make a loud noise, he like wakes up shocked. And then he resumes to watch his TV like nothing happened. And then he would be like, "Can you guys give me ice cream?" He would have ice cream, mint chocolate chip, 2 scoops with peanuts and cashews. And then he would have soda in his ice cream. And then we would all go to sleep, and he would tuck us in. And then when I found out when Papa had cancer, I didn't think it was real. I thought it was a dream. And then I didn't know what stage 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 meant. So I thought it was the less. But after Papa was struggling for cancer for 14 months, when I was playing my game upstairs, and Mom called on my phone saying, "Can you give Shivani the phone?" And then I give Shivani the phone, and that's when Mom said Papa passed. And then we all got shocked, and right then we went to the hospital, and we saw Papa. He was not good. He was gone. And I didn't think it was real until his heart wasn't beating anymore. And so every time after that day, I would shower, and then I would tell Papa about my day in the shower. I'll tell him good morning, I'll tell him good night, and I would tell him how he's doing up in heaven. And then I knew he was in a better place because he's with his parents and his brother. And then we didn't know what picture to put next to his coffin, so I found a perfect one for him. And then now we're here today, and it's just a struggle, and I know Papa's in heaven. I love him and I miss him, and so does Mummy and Shivani, and I'm the man of the house now, so I got to take care of them. That's more pressure on me. But it's okay. But I know Papa is here right now, over us, telling how much he loves us, And yeah, thank you.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of Julie Bai, I would like to thank everyone for taking the time and being here. Pay your respects to a great man. As far as Sunil Bai, I mean, in my mind, there is no other word, but he is just a saint. I mean, to narrate this guy, he's totally a saint, and I wish I would try my level best to be at least 1% of this man. I would think that, you know what, my life was successful. And the kids behind me, the whole bunch of siblings, I would say that, you know, I wish you guys follow. I wish you guys follow his footsteps, carry on his legacy. I mean, he is the true meaning of respect, honesty, and responsibility. If you guys can master him, if you can master that, your lives, Sunil Bai will always be in our hearts. He is our dean of the university. I mean, without him, I mean, he has shown us a lot of true colors of what human life means. And as Kamal said, that, you know what, he is more wanted somewhere else to help God, not us. He has shown his path. He has shown us what to do, and you got to move on. Help the big guy upstairs. Guys, I mean, bottom line, I mean, I haven't seen anybody like Sunil in my life. And to help Sunil, I mean, Julie is like, you know, I don't know where she gets the power. I don't know where she gets the strength. I don't know. I remember her fully pregnant, 9 months, and carrying my little one over here. And he said, no, I'm going to take care of these ones. So I don't know where Sunil and Julie gets the strength, but I wish, you know what, if I had, or any one of you here had just 1% of their strength, we would make this world a much peaceful, a much living environment. Thank you. Bye.
Does anybody else wants to come and say something, please? It's open. Right, then I'm really not a person who's get in front of a mic and give a speech, but if I don't say anything for Sunil Kaka, that's gonna not be fair. I basically grew up with him. I had the opportunity to grow up with him. He's just a couple of years older than me, and I've shared things that I guess I could say I would share with a big brother. He had a quality where he was touching everybody's soul, and I guess the fact that you guys are all here is because he has touched your soul some way or the other. Kaka has been there for me every time. He's been protective. He's taking care of me. I grew up with him, and There are things that we have shared. There are things that we have done, which I cannot share. Couple of things that I know is that he loved my mom and my dad a lot, especially my mom. But he was also very fearful of her. It's a little story that I will share, because this goes years back, and he told me not to say it to anybody. The only time I can say this when he's not around. I guess today is the day. This goes years back when we were both singles, and we were coming out of a restaurant. I was coming out of a restaurant. I was actually with my girlfriend, and Kaka was coming out of the restaurant, and I was getting in, I guess, yeah. And he was with his girlfriend. So we were just looking at each other. Nobody's gonna say nothing. And the girls are looking at each other, and we are looking at each other. Nobody said nothing. The day continued. Went back home. As soon as I reach home, then Kaka comes in, and then he says, come here, I need to talk to you. I'm like, what happened? He said, did you say anything to your mom? But I'm not gonna do that. He said, yes. And then he goes, how do you know that girl? And I'm like, the same way you know the other girl. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, he said, why do you have to date this girl out of every other girl? I said, I was there first, because I've been dating her for the last 6 months, and you started 3 months. And he said, how do I know? Because I know those two are both sisters. So he told me, he said, do not say this to mom, because he was so scared of mom. He was so scared of mom. We had a different bond, believe me. And then from that day onward, I was basically with him all the time. We would talk about things that we would talk about. But he was a great guy, a very great guy. And definitely I will miss him. Just before he passed away, a couple of weeks when I came to meet him, he was in the bed, he was in the hospital. He held my hand, he told me, he said, dude, I'm leaving. But our family is strong. And I know you're there. So I told him, I got you, don't worry. And he said that he's happy knowing that we have a strong family. And he knows when he's not gonna be here, everything will be good. So, and I know that for sure. And we want to keep it that way. He was a very strong guy. Basically, when I mean strong, I don't mean like I'm a fighter, believe me. Physically, if there is a fight or any argument, I'm there. That's me. But I know, when we all know Sunil was not, he would be like, no, let's solve it, don't fight, don't get into an argument and all those things. And we all think that we are stronger in that way, but no, we are not. The way for the 14 months, the way he battled cancer, I've seen and I've known now what strong really means. He was there, and he used to say to me every time I would call him or anything, and he said, one day at a time. One day at a time. And I didn't understand. I thought he's just saying one day at a time that he's going to take care. But no. He was trying to say that you have today and not tomorrow. So leave it tonight. Just leave it. Leave the day today. And I will always remember him. I know everybody will. It's hard to forget him. It's hard. As I said, I've been with him my whole childhood, my teenagers, so it has been a hell of a ride, believe me. I would like to thank my family, his side of the family, first of all, for being there. Calling Kaka, we've made numerous and a lot of visits. We've come to see him, and we have all been there, calling him and everything, giving him as much comfort and as much support as we could. I'm going to talk about myself. I've done that too. But I guess there is no comparison. It is no comparison to what Julie Kaki has done. Julie Kaki, thank you for your commitment, your dedication, your sacrifice, and your courage. I really respect that. You have been there as much as I know, and I can say it for the whole family on my side. Okay, we have been there, but it is not what can be compared to what you have done. So thank you. Thank you very much. And there is no way. It's hard. We can always call and we can always say, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, you'll get better and everything. But staying with someone, taking care of him every day and taking care of him the right way is a lot, mentally and physically. So thank you. The best part is that you were able to do that because you had two pillars. Shivani, thank you. I love you a lot. You did something that we did not expect. We couldn't expect. You have stayed very strong with your mom. While she was taking care of Kaka, you took care of the house. You took care of Kishu. So, I really cannot say nothing to you on that. I'm just speechless. Kishu, you can always call me. Just call me if you need anything except money, okay? I'm kidding, Kishu. I'm kidding. You can call me anytime. You are 14, but during this hard time, you have stayed and acted very maturely, not crying for anything, not asking for anything. And thank you very much. You have been a very good kid. And yeah, it becomes really hard when you have situations like this, but you stayed strong, so thank you very much. I would also like to thank Julie Kaki's family, Avi, Angie, Julie Kaki's parents. You guys have been there. We have been far, far away, but you guys have been there, checking on the kids, checking on the houses, supporting Kaki, supporting everybody. And of course, the friends that are nearby. Rita, thank you. It's hard to say, but he's gone. Two things I've learned is that life is short, so live it. Live it for the day. Enjoy it. And stay strong. He used to say, one day at a time. I'll definitely miss him. Until I see him again. I really don't know how to close this, but wherever he's going, wherever he's gone, I wish him all the luck for the next life. And I thank him for being part of my life. You guys all know him. Somehow or the other, he has touched you guys' soul and everything. I know his wild side. Amit knows his wild side. I guess it's going to stay with us. And I thank everybody. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Yes, sure, come on in.
Good morning, everyone. Wanted to share a little bit about from our Wells Fargo family. As you guys know, Sunil Bhai has been working many, many years at Wells Fargo, and as Krish has mentioned, coming home at 8, 9 o'clock, that was his work ethic. So I want to share off as Sunil Bhai. Bhai ka matlab Hindi mein kya hai, right? Brother. And for Wells Fargo, he was our brother. And he really carried that name. I joined the district 5, 6 years ago, and Sunil Bhai was one of the first person that really welcomed me in. He called and asked me, how am I doing? How's everything going? Like a brother would. And every time, his employees will tell you too, he's the first person in the branch and the last person to leave. And I would say, Bhai, how do you do this, you know? And I'm listening to all the stories of the family and how much he looked out for everybody. And then he would go to work and be there for everybody. If you walk into any branch or anybody that knows him in Wells Fargo, not one single person can say anything bad about him. That's how genuine and caring he was. And one of the brother-in-law mentioned integrity. That was his work ethic too, his integrity at work. You can talk to the customers, you know, he would sacrifice his lunches at times, you know, to make sure that all his team members were fed first. When we would be at meetings, he would approach each and every one of us, ask us how our family's doing, what's going on, and like he would genuinely take the time to make sure we were all okay. I can't thank him enough. And when we found out he had cancer, I was actually pregnant. And he was texting, constantly asking how I was doing. And that was him. That was him. He was making sure everybody else is okay. When I had my baby, he asked how she is doing. I sent him pictures, and I just can't thank him as a boy of just being there. Even through his toughest times, he made it a point to be there for us. And I'm sure on behalf of the Wells Fargo community, he really made an impact in our lives, and is one of the most hardworking person I've ever came across. And if I could just carry on a piece of that and know that you could be hardworking, you could take care of your family, and you could still care for people, that's the legacy I want to carry on from him. So thank you, Sunil Bhai, for everything you've done for us.
Jenny summed it up very well, but we are a bunch of us at the back, and Julie and family, it's not just today. We are there, we are the Wells Fargo family, and we are just a phone call away. And we promise to keep in touch. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a very sad and sorrowful occasion today that has brought us together under this roof in this given time. I have known Sunil Bhai and his family for a long time. Every year he used to do puja and invited us to do Ramayana at his place. Any given occasion like Diwali or Christmas, he was the first person to wish me best wishes. And every time I said I'm going to beat him to the punch, but never made it. Thank you all for coming to support the grieved family. I know it is difficult time, but all we can do is pray. Pray for the departed soul, pray for the family. And I stand here to pray to good Lord Almighty to take Sunil back home, and then life thereafter will continue with the family with your love and blessing. I know we are all heartbroken to lose a very noble person, loving, charming, and caring. But unfortunately, this is the life and death. He who giveth is the one who taketh. We are all born and we will all die. When, we don't know. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna is saying that our body is like a piece of land. We have everything inside us But what will grow, what will flourish, what will hurt us, we don't know. But praying to the Almighty, he said, I will take care of that. If you're in pain and suffering, I'll take you back home. Like a flower we see in a garden, we get tempted to take it home with us. So God chose to take Sunil back home. This journey is we go alone. Nothing goes with us. It is the blessings of somebody. Your good deeds will take you to heaven. We all desire to go to heaven. But how can we make it there? Through good deeds, through pious deeds, through love and action and devotion to God, through meditation, helping somebody move forward. And Sunil was very well known to doing that. He was not a good friend of mine. He was a friend to a lot of other people. And as we see, all we gathered here for this sad occasion. As I said, all we can pray, and prayer will lead us to help this family move on with the grief, move on with the life. It is sad, but what can you do? This is reality of life. Life and death is imminent. Death is imminent. Once we're born, we will all die. We will all go through the same system, same channel. And then it is said, based on a deed, whether you attain moksha and nirvana, or you get recycled back to this earth to finish whatever you have left undone. So it is a belief in our religion, Sanatana Dharma, that when we do prayers, when we say prayers to somebody else, it helps the departed soul to move on to heaven. If you want to take a trip to some place and you do not have enough money, you can borrow from somebody, or you can use a credit card, whatever. But this journey, we don't know how much credit you have with your good deeds, which is called karma. And when we do all this ritual, based on the Hindu religion, then all the priests and every participating will gift their good deeds to the departed soul, so they make it to heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, as I stand here, it is a sad and sorrowful occasion, and I'd like to offer some prayers to the family, to Sunil Bhai. You gave me the strength to carry on when my body was so torn, and lifted me on the wings of love when my spirit was so torn. Through all the times when in despair, when I hung my head in shame, you came to me when I knelt down as I called upon your name. And when my heart was troubled with more heartache than I could bear, you caught and every tear I shed in a bottle up there. And when I get over there in heaven, I'll kneel before your feet, for you'll wipe away all my tears, and my soul is for you to keep. Now that I'm gone, remember me with smiles and laughter. And when you need to cry, cry with your brother and your sister, who walk in grief beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give to me. There are many who need so much. I want to leave you with something much better than words or sounds can say. Look for me in the people I have known or helped in some special way. Let me live in your heart as well as in your mind. You can love me most. by letting your love reach out to your loved ones, by embracing them and living in their love. Love does not die, people do. So when that's all left of me is love. Give me away the best you can. I'd like to say a little prayer in Hinduism, a Hindu prayer. Om Shri Vishnu Om Shri Paramatme Namah. Om Rudatmasi Vishnu Sanpatte Stov Surasi Vishnu Dhruvasi Vishnumasi Vishnuve Tva Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Vasudevai Vishweswarai Triambakam Yajamahe Sungandim Pushtim Vadaram Urvarukmiva Bandhanan Mrityu Mukshi Mamrutat Mritum Mahadev Trahimam Sharnagatam Jana Mrityu Jara Vrahadi Pidatam Karam Vedanam Triambakam Yajamahe Sungandim Pushtim Vadaram Urvarukmiva Bandhanan Mrityum Mukshi Mamrutat Anadi Nidno Deva Shankara Chakradhara Akshay Pundrikashe Sunil Bhainam Pret Moksho Pradobhava Hiranya Garbha Purusha Vikta Saparupna Asya Pret Mokshat Suprida Bhav Sarvada Gita Ganga Cha Gayatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahm Vidya Brahmali Trisindha Muktigini Admata Chitananda Bhav Agni Vainashni Vidyarthi Para Ananta Tatvan Gyan Manjari Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kansachandur Mardhanam Devki Paramanandam Shri Krishnam Bande Jagat Guru Shri Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Vasudevai Vishweswarai Adi Purush Aparampari Purushai Namah Jagat Bandhu Jyoti Swarup Jiye Ke Jananahar Hari Yashu Mangan Ayo Das Prabhu Ke Dwar हम परमपिता परमेश्वर से विनती करते हैं परमपिता परमेश्वर स्वर्गीय आत्मा को उत्तर गति सदगति मोक्षति प्राप्ति करें। इनसे जानबूझ के अनजान में किसी तरह का टूटिया गलतियां हुआ हो, किसी को ठेस पहुंचा हो, किसी को दुख पहुंचा, तो हे परमपिता परमेश्वर आपसे विनती करते हैं कि इनकी क्षमा करें और अपने शरणागत में ले लें। दुखित परिवार को सुख शांति मिले, धैर्य मिले, हिम्मत मिले कि अपना जीवन आगे ले चलें। आप सबको आने के लिए हृदय से धन्यवाद देते हैं। और यहाँ पर हमारे दोस्त पंडित जी हैं मदन प्रसाद जी, और भली भांति जो धर्म अनुसार है उसको इनका क्रियाक्रम कराएंगे। जिन्होंने परिवार को सहायता सहयोग पहुँचाया, जब से दुख पड़ा सुनील भाई पर, आते जाते रहे, भोजन पानी इत्यादि, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, न्यूजीलैंड, फिजी, कनाडा, अमेरिका, सभी तरह से लोग ने। सोशल मीडिया इतना इजी हो गया कि हम कम्युनिकेशन बड़ा इजी कर सकें, लेकिन हम कभी कभी पिछड़ जाते हैं, सुनकर भी अनसुना कर देते हैं, जानकर भी अनजाना कर देते हैं। तो अगर किसी को प्रेम बांटोगे तो प्रेम ही मिलेगा। कहा गया कि प्रेम न बानी रूप जैसी और प्रेम न हाथ बिकाए, बिना प्रेम के मानो आप बांधा है हम पुर जाए। मतलब क्या है कि प्रेम ऐसा शब्द है कि हम उसको खरीद नहीं सकते, हम उसको बेच नहीं सकते, किसी को पैसा देकर आप प्रेम नहीं ले सकते हो। प्रेम हृदय से आता है। तो आज आपका प्रेम, आपका प्यार इस परिवार को प्रकट हुआ है और ये आभारी है उनके लिए। आप सबको हाथ जोड़कर धन्यवाद करते हैं कि बेमौसमी में निकाल कर इस दुख बेला में आए। यही पुनीत कर्म है और पुण्य के द्वारा हम भगवान के धाम जा सकते हैं। My name is Vinod Maharaj and I live in Richmond. Sunil had been a very dear friend of mine. His brother was a very dear friend of my brother. So we became very close through the years. He was a very good gentleman, very religious and honest person. And I pray to God Almighty, please forgive his sins and take him back home. Thank you.
धन्यवाद पंडित जी। एक भजन की पंक्ति याद आती है, एक दो लाइन बोलते हैं। अब सौंप दिया जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, है जीत तुम्हारे हाथों में, है हार तुम्हारे हाथों में। अब सौंप दिया जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में। इस पार तुम्हारे हाथों में, उस पार तुम्हारे हाथों में। भगवान अब सौंप दिया जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में। हम देख रहे थे कि हमारे बीच में पंडित राजश्री रसलन शर्मा जी हैं। आग्रह करते हैं पंडित शैलेन शर्मा जी से परिवार के विषय में प्रार्थना कुछ करें।
ये दुखित परिवार के दुखित सदस्यगण, शोकातुर की वेला में हम भगवान जी से सिर्फ प्रार्थना ही कर सकते हैं कि हे नारायण जी, आप यूं की दया के सागर हो और आप अपना दया से, अपना कृपा से, जो आप ही का अंश यह शक्त शरीर से छोड़ करके मोक्ष के मार्ग चले हैं, सब भगवान जी अपना ही अंश को आप पुनर्स्वीकार करें, अपना शरणागत में लें, ताकि ये जन्म और मरण की ये वो बंधन से हमेशा के लिए छूटे। हम हाथ जोड़ करके भगवान जी से प्रार्थना करें कि हे नारायण जी, हम मंत्र से हीन हैं, क्रिया से हीन हैं और हम भक्ति से भी हम हीन हैं। सभी त्रुटियां को आप क्षमा करें। ये दुखित परिवार जो ये श्राद्ध क्रिया कर रहे हैं, ये शुद्ध अपवित्र अंतःकरण से जो पुण्य प्रकट है, ये सही पुण्य उस आत्मा निमित्त हो, ताकि इस आत्मा को सद्गति, दुखित परिवार को शांति और धैर्य प्राप्त हो। ओम ब्रह्मणे नमः। ओम अग्नये नमः। ओम पृथ्वे नमः। ओम ओषधभ्यो नमः। ओम वरुणाय नमः। अनेन यथा शक्ति कृतेन देवर्षि मनुष्यः पितृतर्पण अख्येन कर्मणा भगवान् पितृस्वरूपी जनार्दनः वासुदेवाय प्रियन्तां नमः। नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय। मंदाकिनी सलिल चंदन चर्चिताय नंदीश्वर प्रथम नाथ महेश्वराय मंदार पुष्प बहुपुष्प सुपूजिताय तस्मै माकाराय नमः शिवाय। शिवाय गौरी वदनाथ वृंद सूर्याय दक्षाध्वरनाशकाय श्रीनीलकण्ठाय वृषध्वजाय तस्मै शिकाराय नमः शिवाय। वसिष्ठकुम्भो दवग्रोद्रमाय मुनीन्द्रदेवारचितशेखराय चन्द्रकर्वेश्वरलोचनाय तस्मै वकाराय नमः शिवाय। यक्तस्वरूपाय जटाधराय पिनाक्यहस्ताय सनातनाय दिव्याय देवाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय। तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। इति पंच अक्षरमिदं पुण्यं या पठेच्च सनिधौ शिवलोकमापनौति शिवेन सह मोदते। ओम अनाधिनिधनो देव शङ्खचक्रगदाधराम् अक्षयपुण्डरीकाक्षः अमुखप्रेतमोक्षः प्रदो भवाम् अमुखप्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भवाम् अमुखप्रेतमोक्षः प्रदो भवाम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री नारायण जी आप कुल परिवार के ऊपर कृपा करें ताकि आप सब कुल परिवार को ये ज्ञान हो कि जन्म और ये मृत्यु मानव जीवन से जुड़ा हुआ एक ऐसा ये सत्य है जो सत्य को हम सभी को मानना है और स्वीकार करना है। भगवान जी ने हमको जन्म का समय हम सभी को चैतन्य कर देते हैं, परंतु मृत्यु का समय भगवान जी हम किसी को नहीं, ऐसा शक्ति ही नहीं दिया कि हम उसको पहचानें। इसीलिए डू नॉट टेक थिंग्स फॉर ग्रांटेड इन लाइफ, यू लिव टू द फुलेस्ट एवरी सिंगल डे, ताकि जाने के बाद में पछतावा ना हो। राजश्री पंडित मदन जी को धन्यवाद है कि ऐसा ये दुखित वेला में आप सब परिवार के संग में होकर के भगवान की प्रार्थना, साथ साथ में शरल जी को भी थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग मी दिस इंफॉर्मेशन एंड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ग्रेट लॉस आप सब परिवार के लिए। सो आपको सभी को धन्यवाद। अंत में हम सभी अपने अपने सच्चे और अच्छे मन से अंतःकरण से प्रार्थना करें कि भगवान जी ये जो आत्मा है इस आत्मा को सद्गति मोक्ष प्रदान करें। धन्यवाद। ओम शांति ही शांति ही शांति ही।
धन्यवाद पंडित जी। मालूम पड़ा एक और वक्ता है।
My name is Amit. I've known Sunil over 30 odd or 40 odd years from school days. Sunil, or Chief, what we used to call each other, which means kings of our own world. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone being here. On behalf of my friends, Suresh Pitambar Gopal, Nana, Mahesh Patel from Fiji, Prakash Mistry from New Zealand, Sudhir Deva from Florida. They've told me to basically give their blessings to him. Honestly, I do not have words to describe how Sunil was. He was a messenger, he was a friend, and was always a call away from me. I used to reach out to him to send flowers to my wife, and he would never hesitate to do that. He was the best man at my wedding and never shied away to do anything for me. During our custom where the girls' side hide the shoes for the bridegroom, instead of taking my shoes, the girls took their shoes, his shoes. And when the rituals were done, completed, everyone started asking me for the money, and I was like, why should I give you guys money when I'm wearing my own shoes? And that's when they realized that they were carrying Sunil's shoes. We used to spend every Wednesdays and Fridays having lunch together at Geraldine's or KFC and we had to make prior arrangements to make sure that we always meet there on time. Friday evenings, Saturday evenings, and Sunday, we would spend time together, probably at the seaside, talking about the whole week. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We've heard all the good things about Sunil Bhai. Everyone's prayer and blessings be with him. And the only thing that we can cherish is all the good time that we had together with him. And you will cherish and carry on the legacy, the children and the nephews and family, to carry on his legacy and his love and affection that he is leaving behind for you. There is God and our belief in God. We are all children of God. Either we believe in Ram, Krishna, or how we perceive God, whichever we perceive God, believe in God and do the good deeds. God is one and only. Sometimes we let God reside in the temple, mosque, or churches, but we should let God reside within our own self first, within our soul. Then our life and deeds will be good. Assume God within yourself to make your life better. All those good things that we heard, we can only cherish those memories all through our life, and the legacy we should carry forward. And his name shall become a part of the family of every day of each living friend and children. हम लोग सब खड़े हो जाएंगे, अंतिम प्रार्थना करते हैं. सभी लोग दिल से प्रार्थना करेंगे कि we'll pray to Almighty, O God, that wherever Sunil's soul is, finds peace, serenity, love and affection in His kingdom, and our prayers shall be heard, and our prayers for the family also. Om Vishwani Deva Savitarduritaani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tannayasuva Om Hiranye Garbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patireke Ashit Sadadhar Pritavim Dhyamute Ma Kasmai Deva Yaha Vishavidema ओम य आत्मदा बलदा यश विश्व उपासते प्रशिशं यस्य देवा यस्य छाया अमृतं यस्य मृत्यु कस्मै देवा यः विशा विधेम। ओम य प्राणतो निमिषतो महित्वे क इद्राजा जगतो बभूव य ईशे अश्वद्वीपचतुष्पदः कस्मै देवाय विशा विधेम। ओम एन धोरुग्रा पृथ्वी च दृढा एन स्वस्तभितं एन नाका यो अंतरिक्षे रजसो विमाना कस्मै देवा यः विशा विधेम। ओम प्रजापते नत्वदेतानन्यो विश्वाजातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामस्ते जुहुमस्तनो अस्तु वयं श्यामपतयोरैनाम्। ओम शानो बंधुर्जनिता सभिधाता धामानि वेद भुवनानि विश्वा यत्र देवा अमृतमानसानास्तृतीये धामन्न धैर्ययन्त। ओम अग्ने नये सुपथाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् यो यो धस्म जुहुरानमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम। आप लोग जो त्र्यंबकम और गायत्री मंत्र जानते हैं हमारे साथ बोलेंगे। ओम त्र्यंबकम यजामहे सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम उर्वारुकमिव बन्धमाना मृत्युर्मुक्षैमामृतात्। ओम भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। आप लोग हमारे बाद में रिपीट करेंगे। तूने हमें उत्पन्न किया, पालन कर रहा है तू, तुझसे ही पाते प्राण हम, दुखियों के दुख हरता है तू। तेरा महान तेज है, छाया हुआ सभी स्थान, सृष्टि के वस्तु वस्तु में तू हो रहा है विद्यमान। तेरा ही धरते ध्यान हम, मांगते तेरी दया। ईश्वर हमारे बुद्धि को श्रेष्ठ मार्ग पर चला। हे परमपिता परमेश्वर, इस दिवंगत आत्मा को शांति और सद्गति दीजिए। ओम अस्तोमा सद्गमया, ओम तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गमया, ओम मृत्युर्मा अमृतम गमया। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ठीक है, बैठ जाते हैं। Those who haven't paid their last respect to सुनील भाई, come forward। शांतिपूर्वक आएंगे, दर्शन करेंगे। और दीपक भाई है, क्रिस भाई है, आप सामने रहें। कोई आपसे मिलना चाहे तो मिल सकता है, किसी तरह की रुकावट नहीं है। आगे आ जाएं दीपक भाई। सूचना है कि आज इनके घर पर शाम को 6 बजे शांति यज्ञ करेंगे। कल शाम को ग्रह शुद्धि यज्ञ और शनिवार के दिन में 10 साढ़े 10 बजे के अंतिम यज्ञ करेंगे। हाँ, ये पकड़ लेना और घी लेके चिलक पड़ी, ठीक है, चम्मच उठा के रख लेना। हाँ, वहाँ टेबल स्पून है, काम दे रखे रहना, बाकी काट रख छोड़ के जाएगा। हाँ।